Hello, my name is Grant Fritchey. I work for Redgate Software. I want to talk to you about the GDPR and the United States. No, I'm not going to get into whether or not EU citizens' data applies if you're storing it within the US. It does. I'm not going to get into whether or not you've got requirements on fulfilling an EU law. If you're in the United States, you may. I'm not getting into all that stuff. What I am getting into is the fact that GDPR-style laws are coming to the US. Now, the US government, it's not doing a whole lot on this front, but the state governments are. Now, we've already got the CCPA, the California Consumer Privacy Act. That has been passed. Enforcement, in theory, starts in 2020. There's word already on the street that they're talking about maybe not enforcing it just yet. We'll see how that all breaks down, right? It's not going to be real clear real fast. It just depends on how things go. But that law has already been passed. That law is already in effect. Not enforcement. The law is in effect, but the enforcement doesn't start until 2020. However, California is not alone. There is more stuff coming. Shield. Oh gosh, I hate that law. Anyway, it's not so much the law I hate, I hate the name, because those opposed to it are, from Hydra. Yeah, I know, bad joke. Anyway, New York State has got the Shield Act that they're working on. But that's not just it, right? I'm not just talking California and New York. Let's take a look at the list here. Let's see. Virginia, they have now modified their data breach notification law, and it now includes income tax information. If any of that kind of information gets leaked, you have to report it. Let's see, we've got Alabama has passed its first data breach notification law, so we've got more things coming from there. Vermont is passing laws on data brokers and data broker regulations. With annual disclosures, you have to maintain a comprehensive security program that's written, that's published to the government. Wow, I thought Vermont was like one of those live-free states. South Carolina is working on a heightened data breach and security notification, specifically around insurance. And if you watched my last video, you know that at least for the UK, reporting this year, 2,000 different breaches, 1,200 of them were healthcare related. So insurance is a big deal. There's a lot going on in that space. We've also got Oregon is passing a new law. Louisiana is changing their data breach notification law. Nebraska is changing one. Iowa is changing one. Colorado has changed one. Arizona. In short, ladies and gentlemen, for all of those sitting there incredibly smug, absolutely assured that there is no way that GDPR thing is ever going to bother me here in the good old US of A, guess what? GDPR style laws and the types of information management that you have to take into account when you start to deal with GDPR, including ensuring that you've got proper monitoring in place so you can report breaches, so you can identify breaches, ensuring that you've got good process. DevOps is a thing. It's not just a buzzword. That you've got good process in place to ensure that you're protecting your data, that you've got data management in place so that you're not, violating the laws. HIPAA, Sarbanes-Oxley, all of these other laws are still applicable, and all of them deal with privacy and protection. And we are now getting GDPR-style reporting and compliance laws on top of everything else. And yeah, I know there's 50 different states, and all 50 states are going to come up with 50 different ways to get this done. We're going to have to find, probably the best bet is going to be to find the one that's most stringent, meet that requirement, and then you'll meet all the rest. Unless, of course, there's some special bits and pieces, where it only applies to tax law or stuff like that. But overall, what we have in front of us is an ongoing growth in privacy and protection and compliance. Now, don't go away just yet. Make sure you subscribe. I got more stuff coming. Don't go away just yet. Let me talk to you for a second about why that is. It's really important. Why are we seeing this? Now, the angel on your shoulder will say, well, of course, it's because the government cares about you as an individual. The government would like to provide you protection. The government loves you. The government, feels that you should have your information protected. That's the angel. The little devil over here on my other side is really upfront and straightforward and saying that governments see this as a great way to make some money. Whether or not that's true, they are going after us. As businesses, we have to start to do privacy and protection and compliance by default. It has to be part of our design and part of our default. We must build defensible positions so that we are protecting the client's information, protecting all of the data out of the gate, and not getting surprised by this stuff. All right, that's it. My name is Grant Fritchey. I work for Redgate Software.